Oprah Winfrey gets exposed for peddling injectable weight loss drugs. Always consult your doctor or other qualified healthcare provider. G'day guys, this is Holy Critics signing in. And today I want to share with you a video from one of my favorite YouTube channels, Redacted, who are my go-to source for news and information, especially when it comes to political scandals, conspiracies, and in the case of this story, major conflicts of interest. Because Oprah Winfrey is now shilling the Big Pharma by promoting the use of injectable weight loss drugs, namely Ozempic, which has seemingly become all the rage among celebrities in the past year or so. However, the drug itself has never actually ever been approved by the FDA for that purpose, and it carries some pretty serious side effects, as you're about to find out. But I guess when it comes to truth or facts, well, we can't let that get in the way of a good opinion. Can we, Oprah? Let's watch.
Oprah Winfrey is all in on injectable weight loss drugs. That's because she works for Weight Watchers, and Weight Watchers can now prescribe them.
Wow, big surprise there, eh?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Okay. I didn't know that was... I thought that she was on Weight Watchers, eating the Weight Watchers plan, right? Which is like, 50 years old at this point. But it's a failure. And so then she's also now doing drugs on top of it.
Well, Weight Watchers now says that their plan, which involved reducing your eating, counting your calories, and, increasing your food if you exercise.
Well, yeah, that's the stuff that tends to work safely over the long term. That kind of stuff, you mean, Natalie?
Exercise.
Increasing your food if you exercise?
It's a points-based system. So you get more points if you exercise, you get less if you don't, and you eat within your points. And, it's controlling your intake of foods.
Okay.
Now, Weight Watchers program can be designed around taking these drugs, and Weight Watchers can prescribe it.
Well, doesn't that kind of render Weight Watchers useless? If you can just take a weight loss drug, why do you need them?
So Oprah all of a sudden says, I don't mind admitting to you that I take these injectable weight loss drugs. Also, I work for Weight Watchers, and Weight Watchers can prescribe them. So by proxy, Oprah is promoting a drug that she has a financial interest in and showing off her slim figure as she promotes the upcoming Color Purple movie. This was Oprah recently at an event.
He actually is looking pretty good. I got to admit it. But it's probably not because of that drug. It's probably, adrenochrome or something like that.
Now, this may have otherwise been embarrassing for Weight Watchers because she's admitting that she's on weight loss drugs. But Weight Watchers no longer is that, because now they have a program that incorporates these weight loss drugs. Now, we've talked about these drugs at length. These are drugs that you inject into your stomach weekly, and it causes extreme discomfort, gas, stomach pains. Also, they are known to cause cancer in rats. But
oh, great. We actually have some long-term studies on this one. At least they did the animal studies this time.
who cares if you look good on the red carpet, right?
Yeah, what's a little cancer? What's a little cancer?
Right. So here's
It's all curable these days.
Oprah talking to People magazine about it. She's the cover this week. She says, obesity is a disease. It's not. Can't let her get away with that. Let's, again, circle back around, my favorite phrase. She says it's not about willpower. It's about the brain. Once she reconciled the science, I guess, she thinks is acceptable risk of cancer. She said she released her own shame about it. I now use it as I feel I need it, as a tool to manage, not yo-yoing. Again, you can't use these drugs as you feel you need it. Once you're on it, there's no way you can go off of it. So she's lying, and she's talking about it irresponsibly. The fact that there's a medically approved prescription for managing weight and staying healthier in my lifetime feels like relief, she says, like redemption, like a gift. and not something to hide behind and once again be ridiculed for. I'm absolutely done with the shaming from other people and particularly myself. She sounds like a spokesperson for Big Pharma, does she not?
Well, she owns
Yes.
10% of Weight Watchers,
Which prescribes these drugs. So she is a spokesperson for Big Pharma.
Does People Magazine disclose that in this article that she's owns Weight Watchers? That she's a 10% owner of it?
I may have missed it. I'm not sure. Earlier this year, you may have missed it. Here's the news about how Weight Watchers began to get approval now to write prescriptions for their customers who are trying to lose weight for these injectable drugs.
Weight Watchers stock making major gains this week, surging nearly 80% at one point after news broke that it's throwing its hat into the latest weight loss trend. The company spent decades helping people lose unwanted pounds by focusing on healthy eating and exercise while still eating the foods they love. But now the program appears to be tipping its scales away from counting points and toward prescription drug weight loss by offering.
This is kind of like the days when people were using speed to lose weight. You don't quite hear about the use of that drug anymore. I wonder why. Did it have any lasting impact on the people that used it for weight loss? You know, it served its purpose, but what side effects does it come with? We don't know yet. It's such a new drug. But everybody wants to cut corners when it comes to weight loss, so why not try this new fad?
Customers controversial but effective drugs via its newly acquired telehealth platform. But before we get into those side effects a little bit more, let's just talk about, is this sending the wrong message, do you think?
You think?
Definitely, because so Ozempic is a supraphysiologic dose of an intestinal hormone that we have. They basically mimic the hormone that makes you feel full. And because the system is broken to begin with. And Ozempic is given to diabetics because that is the end stage where they really need intervention. Of course, when you try to replace lifestyle with medication, it is possible to do so. However, then you have to endure the possible side effects, including cancer, in the long run. And we do not really know what these medications would do to younger people who are just trying to lose weight if they stayed on these medications for 5, 10, 20 years down the road. We have no idea what will happen.
So it's a diabetes drug, and somehow it's been repurposed for weight loss? Am I getting that right?
Definitely, it's not the best approach for weight loss.
Okay, that was shocking truth. Absolutely, that's true. Ozempic is approved for kids as young as 12, and there is no way to ever get off of it. You have to stay on it. So when Oprah says she just...
Oh, that's the perfect drug then. If you can't stop because your symptoms will come back tenfold, let's say, you're on this permanent subscription service. Kind of reminds me of something that happened in the past 3 years. I won't elaborate any further than that.
uses it like, I don't know, she uses blush. Do I need a little more or a little less? You can't. You have to stay on it. So I don't know what she's talking about. Like, oh yeah, I just use it a little here, a little there, a little cream in my coffee, right? You can't. And about this obesity is a disease bit, I know I harp on this a lot because I cannot hear that and let it go. Obesity is not a disease. You define disease as cellular malfunction. Cancer is a disease and a known side effect of Ozempic and these injectables. So we're pretending one thing is a disease that's not, and we are pretending that cancer, a real disease, is an acceptable risk. Why are we doing this?
That's like the opposite of what should happen.
Right.
Just replace one disease with another. Pick your poison. Cancer or obesity. Which would you rather die from?
Again, and I would like to give this to pharmaceutical doctor and philosopher Thomas Saz, because why do we care that we call something a disease when it's not? Here's what he warned about is that it expands the powers of the medical arm of the state. He talks about these things: alcoholism, obesity, suicide, violence. They're killing Americans, but individuals are not responsible for eating too much, for killing themselves. It's a rejection of personal responsibility. He says then the government can declare a war on all of these things. And look what he says at the end. Coping with these and other health emergencies, is what we're calling them, requires enlarging the scope and coercive powers of medicine as an arm of the state. Well, we've seen that.
Oh, of course, there's always a new drug for the new diseases that we keep creating. Isn't it called problem, reaction, solution? You create the problem, whatever that is, a new disease, a new health scare, causing a fear reaction in the population. That's obvious. And the solution, which is their patentable drugs that don't cure the problem, but keep you permanently subscribed to their service. And the government will have to inevitably subsidize the cost of those drugs because Big Pharma will gouge you. It's a fantastic business model, probably the best business model of all, especially when the government gives you liability exemption. You want to talk about sweetheart deals, brother.
Work during the pandemic, the coercive medicine arm of the state. As we are contributing to that when we eschew personal responsibility and hand our freedoms over to this in ever expanding biopharmaceutical complex. So it's for us to decide, do you want this? It turns out more people are rejecting this narrative of Oprah saying like, oh, it's a disease, I can't help it. I should be allowed to be on weight loss drugs and look like this.
I'm surprised people still revere her opinion, that she has any following at all. But anyway.
Look at this headline. Oprah Winfrey slammed for confirming that she's on these weight loss drugs while being ambassador to Weight Watchers. Again, it's not a contradiction because Weight Watchers is making money from weight loss drugs, and she is too. So people feel like it's a betrayal because they trust her to be honest about a weight loss struggle, and she's profiting from the biopharmaceutical.
Look, if you trust any celebrity, you kind of deserve what you get.
Arms about it. And again, no one wants to be fat. No one wants to be on lifelong drugs either, especially these ones that cause such severe stomach pains and health problems that they are being sued. In fact, at least 4 major litigation against these drug companies. They make you look old as well, which is not a disease. Some people say that if you take it, it dehydrates you so bad and causes your face to kind of sag. So there's a term for it, is Ozempic face. Again, nothing wrong with looking old if you've earned it. But Oprah doesn't seem to have Ozempic face. She has the best makeup artist that money can buy. So here she is promoting the color purple in a midriff top. Most likely she's got amazing gas to be wearing something like that because that's the side effect also, painful gas that comes along with these. So again, people are saying it's a betrayal and a contradiction. It's not. It's just money. Let us know what you think of this.
And just to corroborate what Natalie was saying there about side effects, I just want to share this article with you. Researchers link popular weight loss drugs to serious digestive problems for hundreds of thousands worldwide. A new study suggests people taking popular injected medications for weight loss, including Wegovy, Ozempic, Saxenda, and Victoza. I always wonder where they come up with these names. May be at a higher risk for serious digestive problems, such as stomach paralysis. Ooh, that sounds fun. The medication works so well, it'll stop you from ever digesting again. Does that sound like the treat? Oh, and pancreatitis. Yes, we're familiar with you. You're an old-timer. And bowel obstructions. So I guess that explains the gas issue after all. Compared with those taking other types of weight loss medications. So imagine that. There's a higher probability of developing those conditions compared with other medications that are for weight loss. Not with the baseline of, a well-balanced diet and a regular exercise regime. Well, no, we're not comparing those groups. We're only comparing medication with medication, and they all carry side effects. Just imagine how much healthier you'd be if you just You just did the time-tested, universal thing that's been proven over millennia of just eating well and running around a lot. It works. I encourage you to pursue it. Anyway, the study found risks of these events happening to individual patients appears to be rare. That's a word that's been redefined a lot lately, wouldn't you say? About 1% of people taking Ozempic were diagnosed with stomach paralysis, for example. But demand for the drugs has exploded. I won't even throw a pun in there. You know what I mean. With tens of millions now taking them worldwide. In no small part due to celebrities like Oprah. But of course, this video doesn't pretend to offer medical advice. I wholeheartedly encourage you to consult with your doctor or other qualified healthcare provider. If I don't see you again, guys, I want to wish you all a very happy and a very Merry Christmas. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, you can go to hell. Just kidding. This is Holy Critic signing out.